In Minecraft, there's a feature known as snapshots. If you've played Minecraft, you've probably heard of them at least once. They provide players with insight into updates before they come out. If there's bugs to be reported or if there's feedback to be made, then Mojang will listen. Sometimes. But there's another type of snapshot that fewer players know about, and that is the April Fool's snapshots. Instead of really functioning as a way to test updates before they're released, April Fool's snapshots are essentially just joke updates. They've contained anything from goggles that show a 3D minimap and apply a shader, to friendly withers that grow flowers, and chickens made out of diamonds. But most importantly, they can also contain an infinite amount of dimensions to discover and explore. Bit crazy, yeah? Let me explain. This snapshot I'm talking about specifically is 20W14 Infinite, and it was released as 2020's yearly April Fool's snapshot. But I bet you're asking, what does it really do? Because surely it can't create an infinite amount of new dimensions. And yes, it can, but probably not in the way you expect. Let's see why in a bit. So load up your Java edition if you have it, because we're about to take a journey. The first thing you'll notice as soon as you load into a world, preferably in creative mode, is that in the creative inventory, there's a new block called the Box of Infinite Books. Place down the block and right click it and you will get a book. This book contains a random string of numbers and letters. Then, here's where the magic happens. Make another portal. What are you waiting for? Make another portal. Do it! Nice. Now, throw your book into the portal and it will turn a different color. And when stepped into, it will transfer you into a different dimension. And as you can see, it's just different blocks. God damn it. These new dimensions are really just rehashes of already existing dimensions, like the overworld and nether, but with new blocks. While this can lead to some pretty crazy new combinations, it gets old really quick. However, Mojang seemed to know this because they added Easter egg dimensions to keep us busy. If you use a /warp command, we can freely travel between dimensions at will, simply by entering the seed of the dimension you want to enter. You can then enter these Easter egg dimensions via this command. So, you can travel to dimensions like Isolation, in which you can find a small house in an endless plain of coarse dirt inhabited by a villager named Bob. Also his 3 dogs, Bob's dog, Bob's other dog, and their cousin Jim. You can also find a new item named A Very Fine Item in an item frame upstairs that does nothing, and a hidden chest in the basement containing a sword named Stabby McStabface. Besides that, you can also explore dimensions like Perfection, which is an infinite series of cobblestone rooms with glass at the top, so you can see the sun, while you wallow in misery within the endless halls. Here's a list of every known Easter egg dimension so you can explore them for yourself. However, there are dimensions with questionable things within them. In the Fleet Seed, there is an infinite amount of end ships contained within. Sadly, however, there are no elytras and no end tier loot within these ships, except potions. What there is instead is a book. This book is always titled Orders. It contains a random message, but always has 2 things in common with all other books found on other end ships in this world. It has this random glitchy text, and is always telling you, or someone else, to do something very cryptic, like build, discover, reinforce, or obliterate. Sometimes with a third phrase at the end, like modders, cocktails, build for 2, or lost floppies? What do all of these orders mean, you ask? Well, the truth is that we have no idea what they can mean. Disappointing, I know. Seems like this mystery may never be solved. But speaking of solving, that's not the only dimension with a weird cryptic-like message inside. There's also the llama dimension. When you warp in and break through the impenetrable wall of bedrock that you see when you /warp in and not use a portal, don't worry, just use spectator mode. You'll find yourself in a room with 2 signs and a llama in a pen. The 2 signs over there say, RELAX! And ENJOY! However, that's not all to this little dimension. As you can see, next to the llama, you can find a window leading to a small room. Break into this room, and then turn to the right, and then break that wall. You'll find a small 1x1 room that contains a chest with a book inside, aptly named A Book, authored by an individual named The Developer. It reads, Nothing to solve. Yeah, how's that for cryptic? But it's a good message, I feel. We always try to attach a meaning, or find the reasoning, or discover the lore to something that doesn't need or doesn't want one. Sometimes a mystery is best left unsolved, or just can't be solved, and that's this developer character trying to teach us a lesson. That sometimes, there truly is nothing to solve. Okay, but like seriously, what the hell are the lost floppies?